And so Bromley crash out of the Vertu Trophy, EFL Trophy, call it what you want. Bromley won, AFC Wimbledon 2, and another season of Vertu Trophy pain is in the bag. Is it pain though? Does anyone really care? I'm going to be honest with you lot, I don't. So it got to about 70 minutes in this game and it was still 1-1, and the overriding sense in my head was, as long as this doesn't go to penalties, I'm not altogether bothered who wins this game. Now that could just be me. I'm not trying to say that anybody watching this should have felt the same way. That could just be me and kind of the low stakes with which I hold the Vertu Trophy. That said, I think Bromley will rue some missed chances in this game. It took them a while, I would say, to get to grips with the encounter. I think Wimbledon were the better team in the opening, 15, 20 minutes, and I don't want to say they deservedly took a lead, but they were the better team in the opening 15, 20 minutes. The goal we conceded, just a long punt down the field. Yes, it skips off the surface, but when Carl Cameron watches that back, he's got to do better. Antoine Hackford brushed him off the ball as if he wasn't even there. That's unbelievably soft. And the thing is, I have to be careful here, because sometimes when you do these like fan reaction stuff, it's not about trying to dig out any one player, but you also have to be... Sometimes criticism is warranted, and that defending wasn't good enough. Now, fair play to Kyle. It's his header that then gets the equaliser, right? So we get a set piece. Of course, Bromley equalise from a set piece. We get a corner. Cameron wins the first knockdown, and then Idris heads in and bundles it home for the equaliser. From that point onwards, I think it's fair to say Bromley were the better team. And up until 65, probably the 70th minute, Bromley had created the chances, particularly in that second half. Kabamba had 2. Brooklyn Ilunga had 1. One of those chances should have gone in, and I think if Bromley scored the second goal, they'd probably go on to win. I think if you watch back the highlights of the second half, other than Marcus Brown's header, which wins the game for Wimbledon, did they actually have an effort on goal? Did Sam Long really have to do anything in the second half? I was sitting behind the Wimbledon commentary team, and they were like, that's a smash and grab job. And that's them saying, boy, Wimbledon didn't really do much in the second half to win the game. But, you know, it is what it is. I would say to the Bromley fans, there should be some perspective added to this game. In the pre-match write-up, match preview that I did on from bondwithlove.news, go and subscribe, people. I'm not technical enough to put the pop-up on the screen below, but go and subscribe. It's in the descriptor below. In the pre-match preview that I wrote for the game, I said that Wimbledon would have one eye on the Stockport game on Saturday, and it was only after I pressed post that I realised that the Stockport game is postponed because international call-ups, right? So that's my bad, right? Yeah, it's all right, guys. Carry on. No, you're good. So that's a my bad. That's a my bad from me, because I didn't realise that their game had already been called off for international call-ups. So when you actually look at the team that Wimbledon put out today, it was actually full strength. And okay, Wimbledon fans watching this will go, no, it wasn't. There was this player and that player, but that was as strong a team as Wimbledon could put out. Whereas when you look at the Bromley team, and I've just written it in my good, bad, and ugly. When you look at the Bromley team that was put out, no Grant Smith, no Michael Cheek, no Mitchell Pinnock, no Ashley Charles, no Deji Aleraway. Who else am I missing? Will Hondermark didn't come off the bench. Show Me comes off the bench with 1 minute to go. Respectfully, Bromley were playing a League One team. Granted, they're in the same league as us last season, but we were playing a League One team that was basically at full strength. And we had 7 starters not playing, and that's not like 7 maybe they're starters, that's 7 legit starters not playing. So in the context, when you consider that context, it's actually a good performance. We can quibble about whether we should say good, really good, whatever, we can quibble about that. But in that context of relative strength, not League One, League Two strength, I'm talking about first team versus non-first team strength, that was a good performance. Shout out to a couple of the B-team kind of fringe players who I thought put in a good shift. Alex Stepien Iwemene, after a bit of a slow start, I thought he really grew into the game. I was quite impressed with him in centre midfield. And Josh Tobin, when he came on, he's been injured for the last 3 months or so. I thought he put himself about when he came out as well. So shout out to the youngsters. No, it's all right, go through. No, don't worry about it. It adds to the whole thing. But when they so those 2 youngsters I thought were really good. It was interesting that Andy went 4-2-3-1. It's interesting that Marcus Eiffel is increasingly being played as a kind of auxiliary right back rather than a right wing back. I thought he might go 3-5-2 today. It was actually 4-2-3-1. So yeah, you know, Kabamba, good shift up front. Not too much more you can say about it. Like I say, if we win at home on Saturday against Barrow, I don't think anyone will care about the Vertu Trophy game today. Even if we don't win at home versus Barrow, I still don't think anyone will care about the Vertu Trophy game. The only difficulty now is how does Andy manage this squad going forward with no extra games to play? We're out the FA Cup, we're out the League Cup, and now we're out the Vertu Trophy. So unless he's planning to use some of these B games to get some minutes in some people, it could be quite a difficult task now, juggling some of these players. Going to be quite a few disappointed players in the coming months, weeks and months ahead when they aren't even in the matchday squad. But ho hum, I'm not the manager, Andy is.